Surely no other stretch of coastline in the world where more hopes have been dashed or more dreams sunk without trace than right here. This is Rhode Island Sound, Newport, the home of the America's Cup yacht race and graveyard of the 23 challengers who failed to wrest those 134 ounces of silver from the Americans. Rhode Island itself is an easy day's drive from New York, and since the turn of the century it's been the holiday playground of the nation's super rich. The Rockefellers and Vanderbilts, the Kennedys and Carnegies all erected their idea of a weekend shack here. And when the summer breezes began to roll in across the Sound, their minds turned to the only game in town, yacht racing.
Newport, the famous social capital, is thronged with members of the 400, here for the yacht races. On the float, millions rub elbows with multi-millions. Here is Miss Vincent Anster. She's wearing lilies of the valley. And there is Miss Eleanora Sears. She has come down to cheer on the American crew and its commander, Captain Vanderbilt. Mighty few professional sailing skippers could show him any tricks.
Between the wars, the America's Cup was raced in giant 130-footers called J-boats. They needed armies of professional crewmen to handle their 7,500 square feet of sail. The boats gloried in energetic names like Enterprise, Resolute and Ranger. But the hardest work most skippers did was uncork the champagne at the end of the series. These days, every member of a challenging team must be confident he's fit enough to withstand the rigours of a long, hot summer of racing.
You ready? Where we go? Morning.
At the Australian headquarters, the entire squad spends an hour every morning before breakfast raising a sweat. And that not only includes the skipper, but the financial backer as well. As they jog through the great Gatsby world of Newport mansions, Hardy and Alan Bond make a striking contrast. The brash, self-made millionaire puffing along beside 4 generations of inherited wealth. But if they're worlds apart back home, here at Newport the two men are united by a single burning ambition, to be the first to win the cup from the Americans. Before they can have a crack at the Yanks, the Australians must first earn the right to be the challenging boat. And this time they demolished 3 other nations, Sweden, France and Great Britain, before putting their heads on the chopping block for the Americans once again. So, for the 6th time, and Hardy's 3rd at the helm, it will be Australia versus America for the Cup. The Americans always start favourite at Newport, but Jim Hardy is the skipper who's given them their most nervous moments in modern times. There's a lot of excitement in town, and a last-minute surge of patriotism for the home team. The Americans have now chosen the blue-hulled Freedom as their defending boat, and while the tourists flaunt their suntans, down at the slipway there's still work to be done.
We've got a wonderful crew. It's a very well-managed team. It's a small team. There's one yacht, and so that all of our resources are channeled into the one effort. I feel quite certain I won't be invited a 4th time, and I intend to really do some good this summer.
At the very end, after the $3 million needed to mount a challenge have been spent, the America's Cup boils down to a few highly skilled men and some relatively simple sailing around a 24-mile course. As the crew prepare Australia for the first race against the Americans, they do their best to pretend it's just another day's sailing.
A bit warmer and a bit quieter this way.
3, 2, 1.
Despite the exuberance of some Aussies who barged their way to the front of the spectator fleet, Freedom sails away from Australia to draw first blood in the series. The second race is sailed in the much lighter breezes that Hardy has been hoping for, and Australia immediately proves herself the equal of the American defender. As the two great yachts ghost towards the finish line after sunset, Australia crosses ahead to win by just 28 seconds. It's the first time in a decade that a challenger has won an America's Cup race, and again, Jim Hardy is at the helm. In the following days, we sometimes threatened the Americans, but never held the lead again on the racecourse. Once again, the Cup would stay bolted to its stand in the New York Yacht Club, and with the series finally theirs, the Americans could release 3 harrowing years of pressure and tension. In the America's Cup, there's no coming second, only losing. For Jim Hardy, it's a disappointment he's had to endure 3 times, and even on the morning after the last race, it never seems to get any easier.
Well, it's a pretty sad occasion. I really did feel this year that we were in with the chance, and I did set out this summer to be more positive than I've been before. I'm a bit blue today. I think it's only natural. I mean, yesterday morning we were alive and now we're dead, as it were. It happens that quickly. In fact, we're sitting here. It is rather like a graveyard with the yachts that we've defeated earlier this summer. Sperrier over there, France 3, Intrepid, well, she was a great winner in her day, and Australia. I think that, as I said last night, I do not desire to sail another yacht in the America's Cup. I would no doubt, if invited, assist in helping train somebody else, but that loser's gun, that last race, they fire that gun and they might as well shoot me.
Best Actress, Reese Witherspoon.